Hello, this is Dr. McTuck, and I'd like to welcome you to just a short video that does a little bit of a recap for weeks 1 and 2 and then shows you a couple things about week 3. Now, on your screen, you should be seeing a few notes here. In week 1, you were asked to sign up for the Remind app, which all of you have signed up. So just keep an eye out for class announcements. You should see by now that they come to your phone and look like a text message. Also, please know that at any time you may use the Remind app to contact me, and that would be a one-to-one personal or private message just between yourself and myself. And of course, you can always contact me via email too. One of the assignments that you did in week 1, you did a crosswalk to a New York State approved teacher evaluation rubric. You were allowed to pick any rubric that you wanted to, and then went ahead and did a crosswalk. The purpose of that was just to go ahead so that you would see how the rubric that you chose aligned to the New York State teaching standards. Now, you also had a chance to look up some research-based observation techniques, and that was in a discussion so you could see each other's. Now, one thing I'm currently working on, you can see a link there, that nyevalresources.weebly.com, which would take you to this website, which it's not completely done, but I decided that I'd put together a website that would contain resources for you so that you'd have them after you leave the class. All right, week 2. Week 2 really, what that one did for you is it brought some pieces of the teacher observation together where I see people struggle, such as you had the what is an engaged learner discussion. A lot of times I'll see people will write, learners were engaged. What does that mean? Remember, you need to write down what you see and hear. So what did you see and hear that led you to believe that the learners were engaged? For example, eyes are on the teacher while the teacher is reading the directions. You did a 12th grade ELA lesson. Well, you didn't do the lesson. You watched it on a video. You wrote down, you made some observations, and then you had to label them as fact versus opinion. So this gives you a chance to decide, hey, is this fact or is this opinion? For example, you could say the students were listening while the teacher was talking. How do you know that the students were listening? Things like eyes were on the teacher. Everyone was quiet. So again, you want to write down facts, not opinion. Now let's just take a quick look at week 3. Here's week 3 right here. Notice you do have an inter-rater agreement and reliability discussion. You have one link that will take you to the pros from Marzano, and then you have another website that's going to look at the cons. So again, you're going to go ahead and look at those pros and cons and come up with ways that you would ensure inter-rater agreement. And then, of course, respond to each other's. Okay, so now the second thing that you have to do, you actually have an observation to do. You have a video. It's on a math lesson. It's a 12th grade math lesson. Notice you have some things to help you there. Shifts for the Common Core, Common Core. What I really want you to pay attention to, there is a collection template. So if you open that up, you will actually see that indeed there is a template there for you to use. So, go ahead and put all of your observations into that template that you just saw come up. Okay. And then the second piece for that, you actually have to answer some questions. Notice it says guiding reflection questions. Again, those are going to come up as a file, and what you'll see that each of the questions that you must answer is going to be highlighted in yellow. So if you wonder what questions you're supposed to answer, no worries. Whatever is in yellow, that's what you answer. So again, that is module 3, 2 assignments. Okay, this discussion on inter-rater agreement, and then of course you actually do a little bit of an observation on a lesson. Keep in mind in module 10, you have the portfolio instructions and the final exam instructions. Remember, those are due on August 1st. You can be working on those throughout the course. I did have an office hour on Sunday night, June 5th. I'm going to hold another one on June 26th. I'll send you directions for that one again. So again, these are just a few tips and tricks on, recapping weeks 1 and 2, and then giving you some tips on week 3. So enjoy week 3 and happy learning.